Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by pewsitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, catholicmediacoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And theamericancatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Jesuit University defies bishop. A Jesuit university in Pennsylvania is refusing to obey its bishop, ignoring orders to cancel the speaking engagement of a pro-abortion politician. Scranton University was told by Bishop Joseph Bambera of Scranton to withdraw a speaking invitation to Marjorie Margolis, a former member of the U.S. House of Representatives, who promotes pro-abortion candidates and has worked for years as an aggressive abortion activist herself. The bishop says the University of Scranton left him with, quote, no other choice but to publicly express my disapproval of the invitation of this speaker and my concern regarding the university's evolving relationship with me as bishop, end quote. The diocese also says Scranton University's charge as a Catholic institution of higher learning has been compromised. Archdiocese fails to report. The use of child pornography by some priests in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia has apparently been hidden for years, according to city prosecutors in a current sex abuse case. Records subpoenaed last October by attorneys in the case of 4 current Catholic priests include the activities of 6 other priests local to the Archdiocese and their involvement with child pornography. Letters from the Archdiocese of Philadelphia reporting the possession of child pornography to authorities in the case of 3 of the 6 priests are dated late last month, December, suggesting that the Archdiocese has known about the priest's activity for some time now, but has failed to report it. The attorneys who uncovered the records are not revealing if the priests involved are still in active ministry, citing a gag order that has been placed on their case. But the Philadelphia Inquirer points out that failing to report child pornography can be a crime on its own. More abuse in Germany. 280 counts of sexual abuse are being leveled against a German priest in court for allegedly abusing 3 boys over a period of several years. The priest, whose name is not being released, was arrested last July after one of the victims told his mother about what was happening, leading to the priest's apprehension. The trial is set to continue through February 2nd, and the boys were between the ages of 9 and 15. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Truth and consequences. The former bishop of El Paso is suing one of his priests and the priest's brother, claiming the mishandling of funds. You may remember last summer, Father Rodriguez came under Bishop Armando Ochoa's particular scrutiny during a fight to defend Catholic teaching regarding homosexuality, as the mayor of El Paso and some city officials were found promoting so-called gay rights and same-sex marriage. Bishop Ochoa says that Father Rodriguez and his brother David used thousands of dollars without his permission to build a shrine to the Blessed Mother of the parish of San Juan Bautista, as well as making other improvements to the church for the celebration of the Tridentine Mass. In a statement made last week, Father Rodriguez answered these allegations, saying in part, quote, I have never misappropriated or misused parish funds. Finally, I am convinced that the real reason my former bishop's actions against me is due to my defense of the Catholic Church's teaching with regard to homosexuality, as well as my adherence to the Roman liturgy of 1962, end quote. Ochoa is no longer the bishop of the Diocese of El Paso, having been reassigned to the Diocese of Fresno, California, raising some questions of misrepresenting himself as a litigant in the lawsuit. Father Rodriguez is now serving in Presidio, Texas, and as of September 20th, 2011, a mission church on the outskirts of the diocese. And finally, Jersey judge denies religious freedom. Two lesbian women have won a court case in New Jersey after a popular oceanside resort refused to allow them to perform a so-called same-sex marriage ceremony on their property. The Ocean Grove Camp Meeting Association, owned by a Methodist community, refused to permit the same-sex ceremony between Harriet Bernstein and Louisa Pastor to be performed on their private property because it was not in keeping with Christian biblical teaching. Judge Solomon Metzger says that the owners of the wedding venue violated a state anti-discrimination law by not making the premises available, quote, on an equal basis. Jim Campbell, a lawyer from the Alliance Defense Fund representing the resort owners, says, quote, religious groups have the right to use their private property in a way that is consistent with their beliefs. That right, protected by both the New Jersey and United States constitutions, obviously trumps any law enacted by the state's legislature, end quote. As a result of Judge Metzger's ruling, the Methodist organization has been denied a portion of their tax-exempt status, pending an appeal. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex, where Michael talks about the role of masculinity in today's church. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.